Today, we are going to go over adding fractions.
Yes, Pikachu.
Pikachu?
No,
Pika.
we will have to do work. We can't go outside and play today. Can't play today, okay? First of all, no one's here at school. Second of all, we need to be learning, okay? I'm sorry you're sad. Okay, anyways, adding fractions. This is super easy because we've already done a lot of the other work already. I'm going to show you how to do adding like fractions. And if you remember, it means same. Like means same fractions. And adding unlike fractions. Unlike fractions are different fractions. Let me give you two examples. Adding like fractions, this is my example. Okay?
We have 2/5 plus 4/5. Let's do 4/5.
They're like fractions because they have the same denominator. Every time we add, compare, or subtract, we always have to look at the denominator.
Every time we add, compare, or subtract, we always have to look at the denominator.
If they are unlike denominators, we have to change them to like. I'm getting ahead of myself. We always have to make sure they have the same denominator every time we add, okay? Here, since they are like fractions, we are only going to add the numerators. You just add that. That gives me 2 plus 4 equals 6, and I keep my denominator. And my answer is 6/5. But we're not done yet. This is not correct yet. This is an improper fraction. We don't want our answers as improper fractions. We want them as mixed fractions, okay?
This is my improper fraction.
And our mixed fraction is this. How did I get from here to here? Well, I had a skip count by the denominator. How many times can I do it? 5. I can't go to 10 because that's too much. So I only had one whole number, okay? And then I do whatever's left over. 6 from the 5 I went up to, and that's left over 1. Another way you can do it is,
this is my whole number, and this is whatever's left over.
okay? That's how I go here. This is how you always want your answer if it's improper, okay? If it looked like, you'd be fine because this is not improper. Improper fractions mean when the numerator is bigger than the denominator. That's when you need to switch it, okay?
Pika, 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 pika.
Pikachu, stop. No, no more. Stop. Okay? Anyways, let's do unlike fractions. Unlike fractions
Are something like this.
you look at the denominator, they are different denominators. We can't add the numerators until we have the same denominator. So what do? We're going to skip count by the denominator to find a common denominator. This is what we did for comparing fractions. We're going to skip count by 2, and we're going to skip count by 5. Find a number they both have in common. And if you can see here, they both have 10. So I'm going to multiply each one to get a 10 as the denominator.
So I'm going to go, use purple for this one.
2 times what can give me the 10? 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5. And if I do it to the bottom, I have to do it to the top. This changes into, okay? That changed into that. Do we have a 10 as our denominator? Yes. Okay. Is this our 10? No, we have to change it to a 10 by multiplying by 1, 2. What does this fraction change into? 8 10. Okay? You see how I just changed my denominator so that way we have a common denominator. Now that they both have a common denominator, I can add my numerators. So what's 5 plus 8? That's 13 tenths. Do you see how it's not a mixed fraction? This is an improper fraction. Okay? We have to change it to a mixed fraction. We skip count by 10. We can only go one time. And then what's 13? Take away the 10 we stopped at. That's going to be 3 tenths. Okay? That's how you do adding like fractions and adding unlike fractions. Remember, you have to change them like how we do when we did comparing fractions.
Remember, you have to change them like how we do when we did comparing fractions.
If they are not like, you can't add them. They have to be like. And that's it. And Pikachu will no longer be here.